Adin Ross's downfall might be closer than anyone thinks. And this time, it's not just about his content or controversies, it's about his reputation. So here's the situation. Just when it seemed like Aiden and Kai Cenat were finally back on track after their messy split a month ago, things are already falling apart again. And yeah, you guessed it, it's all because of Adin Ross himself. Recently, MrBeast organized a massive collab under his Team Water charity, a project meant to build wells and bring clean water to communities in Africa. It was supposed to be one of the most positive, impactful movements on the internet, a rare moment where creators unite for something good. Big names were invited to join, donate, and encourage their audiences to do the same, turning clout into real change. But when it was Aiden's turn to step up, instead of doing the right thing, he somehow managed to turn a charity moment into another internet mess. When asked to donate, Aiden didn't just decline, he dragged Kai Cenat right into the middle of it, sparking another wave of drama that nobody saw coming. And trust me, once you hear what he said, you'll understand exactly why the internet is calling this one of Adin Ross's biggest L's yet.
Kai Cenat gotta go 400, I'm in, on God.
Comes time to donate to charity, you guys are the ones stepping up, which I appreciate. Thank you so much.
Real quick, out of that 400K that Kai donates, X said that he owes him 100, so you can just put it towards that. So technically, Kai only got to go 300 into his pocket.
True.
400K, I'm in.
Wait,
if Kai
what?
does it, I said if Kai does 400, I got 400. I promise. Locked.
Okay. Hey, yo, I need to call Kai.
Call him up.
We got a lot of clean water riding on Kai.
Now, I think personally, to me, this is poor etiquette, because if Kai Cenat was there and he agreed to be a part of this, like he's in this Discord call, like there's huge people in this Discord call. You've got XQC in there, you got MrBeast, you've got DDG, who's Kai Cenat's man, you've got Adin Ross, right? If Kai Cenat was there and they're doing this, I don't think it's in bad taste. I don't think it's not doing too much, but I don't think it's a bad behavior or rude.
Adin Ross's behavior during this charity stream showed exactly why people say he doesn't know when to stop. In this huge Discord call filled with top creators like XQC, MrBeast, DDG, and Kai Cenat, the goal was simple. Everyone donates, everyone helps the cause, but Aiden had to make it weird. If Kai Cenat was in that call and had already agreed to participate, fine, that's fair, but the issue is, Aiden called him out publicly, pressuring him to donate $400,000 and saying he'd match it. The problem? He didn't even know if Kai wanted to be part of the charity in the first place. That's not generosity, that's showboating. This one moment turned into a full-blown controversy, because right after, MrBeast started reading the list of creators who had agreed to donate, and that's where everything started to spiral.
Can't be choosers. Let me just read off where we're at so people know on this call. Aiden, what the f just happened? So we've got Train for 400K, Neon for 10K, Steve for 50, now potentially $1 million if for whatever reason YouTube unbans them. I don't know, we'll see. TJ 50K, X 400,000, me somehow I ended up 400,000.
Chat, stop. He said beggars can't be choosers.
Aiden,
Stop being weird.
400 grand, Jinxie 100 grand, Alo 100 grand, TJ 50, Sketch 55, Thug 50. What the? This is wait. What is the total?
I'll add Hassan. I think somebody said that he wanted to be joined. I'll just add him. If he doesn't join, he doesn't join. It's all good.
Yeah,
you guys add him or not?
X.
MrBeast started listing off all the creators who actually donated, and the numbers were wild. We're talking close to $2 million raised from less than 10 people. Neon threw in 10K, which sounds impressive until you compare it to the rest of the lineup. That's when things started to make sense. This wasn't just about charity anymore, it was about status. You could literally see the wealth gap between streamers. If Neon's donating 10,000, he's clearly not on the same level as Adin Ross, XQC, or the big dogs. Those guys have been in the game longer, made more, and built empires, while Neon's still trying to climb up that ladder. It's a visual reminder that streaming money isn't equal. Only the top 1% are pulling in the type of cash that makes headlines. Most creators are doing fine, millionaire level fine, but that elite circle above them, they're 10 times richer. Easy. It's like looking at an exponential graph where the top shoots up way faster than the rest. Then came the moment Aiden turned to Eddie from Stake, one of the youngest billionaires in the game, the man behind Kick and Stake itself. No one even knows his exact net worth, but it's massive, and when he finally gave his take on Aiden's behavior, it was clear Eddie didn't fully back Aiden, and that spoke volumes.
Just do whatever works best for you. And I don't think you should tie it to what Kai does, man. Like, let Kai do what he needs to do. And again, it'd be great to push him to do something, but what you do should be like independent of others, right? But that's just my way of viewing it. But
Yo, bro.
hopefully, you know, everyone chips in and then it works out. But I think, you know, you should just do, if you can afford 400K and you've got that 400K lying around, you want to do that, then I reckon you just do it, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. 100%, bro. You know how to get the chat moving.
This is where the situation started to expose Aiden's real problem. He doesn't know when to stop. Eddie from Steak literally tried to calm things down, telling him straight up, bro, just donate what feels right for you. Give what you can afford and leave it at that simple, right? But Aiden couldn't resist turning it into a spectacle. Eddie even warned him, don't bring Kai into this. It's not his place to be pressured or compared. But Aiden didn't listen. If you were Kai Cenat, imagine how uncomfortable that would feel. You're just sitting there, watching someone use your name to flex donations and get attention. The first time, maybe you let it slide. But when it happens again, when someone starts saying, I'll give this much if Kai does too, it starts looking like manipulation, not charity. And that ripple effect online, it spread fast. Other creators began chiming in. Fans were debating, and suddenly a charity meant to help people became another Adin Ross controversy. Even XQC, one of Aiden's closest friends, spoke out against him, proving that sometimes, even your own circle can see what you're doing wrong.
The internet is not happy with Kai Cenat. And just recently, it only seemed to get worse. So recently, Mr. Beast was doing Mr. Beast things, and he recently launched this campaign called Team Water. And if they can help out poor countries...
Chat, I'm gonna pre-disagree with this. I don't know what take this is gonna be. I think it's gonna be probably a bad take. I gotta be honest with you, chat. When it comes to charity chat, I think people should just leave people alone. Like, dude. I think if you're about to pressure or something to do something and they don't want to do it, you stop there. It's enough. Like, if you ask somebody or whatever for somebody to be part of a charity and they either don't respond or I think you have to move on. Otherwise, it's just odd.
And give them...
This next part really shows why people started losing patience with Aiden. A few days passed after the whole charity stream, and Kai Cenat never publicly said anything about donating. He didn't confirm, didn't deny, nothing. And honestly, that should have been the end of it. If someone doesn't want to donate, that's their choice. Period. What made this ugly was the pressure. Aiden kept turning the situation into a spectacle, basically bullying people into donating, and that's where the internet split. Some said, yeah, call out the flexers, while others thought it was out of line. And XQC's take here was surprisingly balanced. He said if someone is constantly showing off their cars, jewelry, and mansions, and acting like they're living above everyone else, then yeah, it's fair to pressure them a little. If you're out here flexing a $250,000 watch, bragging about a $2 million car, and a mansion with an 8-car garage, then acting broke when it's time to give to charity, people are gonna call you out. That's just karma. But Kai, he's not that guy. He doesn't go around bragging about what he has. And that's why this hit different. It was unfair to drag him into it like he's some greedy influencer. And that's where the real problem started. The situation spread like wildfire. People on X, Twitter, began digging up old clips, dragging Kai for something completely unrelated. The Nigeria school project. You remember that? The one he promised to help fund? Suddenly people were saying he never built it, and accusing him of scamming his fans. But that's the worst part. It wasn't even true. Kai had been posting updates for months about the school, showing progress, explaining delays, and making it clear he had already contributed money. Just because the final project wasn't finished yet, people jumped to conclusions. That's what happens when you do anything good publicly. The internet holds you to impossible standards. And it's wild because if Kai had never promised that school, nobody would have cared. He'd still have the same fans, the same respect. But because he was open about helping others, people twisted it into something negative. They'll hate you for not helping, then hate you again when you do. And while all this noise was spreading, here's the part that made everyone furious. Adin Ross never even donated the $400,000 he promised. After all that pressure, all that public flexing, all those loud claims about matching donations, the man didn't follow through. A few days after his big call-out, people started realizing Aiden hadn't sent a single dollar to Team Water. That's when the internet flipped. The same guy who made a spectacle out of calling others broke ended up proving he was the one who couldn't back up his words.
So, again, Beast, Train, I think XQC donated. I'll donate my 400K when Kai donates 400K, and if Kai doesn't donate 400K, I'll donate 100K. Not wrong with that. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. I specifically, Beast was trying to get, him on it. So that's it. My 100K, we were literally going to wire it tomorrow. Okay? Wow, why? Wow, chat. Let me ask you guys a question. I'm donating $100,000, chat. What the fuck are you guys that are big at that donating? Tell me right now, what the fuck What are you doing?
This whole thing came to a head when Adin Ross went off, yelling, "Tell me right now, what are you donating?" And that's exactly why it feels like Kai Cenat might still have an issue with him. Aiden suddenly backpedaled midstream, realizing he switched up from the 400k he originally promised. The timing couldn't have been worse, especially since this is the same guy who just bought a $25 million mansion. Now sure, maybe Aiden isn't as liquid as he once was, but come on, when you're dropping $25 million on a house, it's hard to convince anyone you can't afford a few $100,000 for charity. The optics were bad. If he wanted to fix things, the smart move would have been to say, "Since Kai doesn't want to be involved, I'll donate for both of us." Even if he didn't mean it, it would have looked better than what actually happened. Instead, he dropped his pledge from 400k to 100k, and then tried to defend it by saying, "At least I'm donating something. You guys didn't donate at all." That's where Kai's frustration makes sense. From his point of view, Aiden's not just bringing up his name, he's speaking on his money, putting words in his mouth, and dragging him into a cause he never agreed to support. What if Kai doesn't care about Team Water? What if he's passionate about cancer research, or has family dealing with something else entirely? Maybe his money's already going somewhere meaningful. He doesn't owe anyone an explanation. Pressuring someone into donating and then cutting your own donation after all that grandstanding? It looks bad, plain and simple. But the internet doesn't stop there. Once the clips started spreading, the ripple effect hit full force. Suddenly, every account on X, Twitter, was talking about Kai Cenat not donating, using headlines like, "Biggest streamer ignores MrBeast's charity." And you can see why Kai would hate that. It's not that it destroys his image, but it's definitely unwanted attention. Because if we're being real, Kai just didn't need that heat. He's been repairing his public image and relationship with Aiden after months of not even being on speaking terms. To have Aiden drag him back into unnecessary drama right after that? It's careless. If Aiden had done this with someone like iShowSpeed, Sneeko, or XQC, guys he's cool with and jokes around with all the time, nobody would have cared. That would have fit their dynamic. They roast each other constantly. But Kai? He's not one of those guys. Things between them were tense not long ago, and Aiden should have known better. So yeah, maybe his intentions weren't evil, but it was still poor judgment. There's a fine line between making content and creating conflict, and Aiden keeps tripping over it. What do you think? Was this just another Adin Ross moment gone wrong, or was it something deeper? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.